and welcome to the new segment, the new playlist inside James Salazar Media channel called Future Republic. Now, in this group, we will talk about space travel, future technologies concerning business, health, and above. We might review products here, but we're just going to talk about all things futurism, especially mindset as well. Now, as you know, I'm a life coach and a public speaker and an opera singer, and I'm a political commentator. I have the Intellectual Anarchy for Politics. I have the James Salazar Media, where we touch on politics, pop culture, TV shows, and movies, and futurism as well. I have the Brightburn Society, where we get people to who are like-minded to do the same, who are on the same journey as we're on of entrepreneurship. We have the Brightburn YouTube Academy, where we talk about mindsets and what it means to be an entrepreneur, all these things. And how does this fit in? Well, as you know, I am a futurist. I like explaining and predicting future technologies and informing on what we have right now and our trek into space and the moral dilemmas we're going to face doing this, and how some of the space race can solve some of our moral dilemmas, how some futurism coming just around the corner can solve some of our biggest political divides. And so I felt it needed to be said. I felt it needed to be done. But, you know, my mom raised me on Star Trek. And my whole family loved it, except for my sister. And my dad hated it. But me, my brother, and my mom, we loved Star Trek. We loved everything sci-fi. We loved Battlestar Galactica, Star Trek, Star Wars, Deep Space Nine. I mean, that's Star Trek. Stargate SG-1. And every show from then. Always been about it. Forced every one of my girlfriends to watch it with me. Just the way shit went down. My wife loves it today. I haven't got my daughter into it yet. I think she just doesn't want to be as cool as her father. Whatever. But it's important. I am a futurist. And we are coming into a society that is going to be forced to embrace the new technology. And so many of our stuff, so many of our services are going to be taken over by artificial intelligence. So much of capitalism is going to be taken over by the space race. We'll see millions of people finding work in space. The more we're able to send people to space more easily. Just look, in the next 10 years, we'll probably have about thousands of jobs in this space concerning space and the ventures out into space and the side businesses needed to make those happen. You will see capitalism become, in the next 50 years, 90% of what makes up our capitalistic endeavors. So it's important in this time. It is important in this moment because we're having a lot of ideologies and belief systems that are making Americans and the world itself weak-minded. And in these new progressive ideas that are confusing people, that are letting people exist in what we would call clinically insane, but they call it dysphoria, or exist in their dysphoria, and they're so wrapped up in what they are in their head that there is no way to build a mindset that could venture out into space and deal with the issues, because we're looking for people who want the world to change around them as opposed to them changing for the world. And as the world will get harder as we venture out into space and as we adopt these features. They're meant to make life easier, but for you to thrive in, it will take a more stronger intellect and identity to do that. And unfortunately, we have to go back to an older technology because, and let me explain it in this way. There is immaterial technology and there's material technology. Material technologies and schematics, robots, ships, machines, and all that. That's material technology. And immaterial technologies, new ways of thinking, data, information, mindsets that make people top-notch in their thinking and believing. And unfortunately, what is going out right now, our immaterial technology, the new immaterial technology, is producing absolutely terrible results. Absolutely terrible results. We're coming out with weak, easily offended people who wouldn't be able to survive in those. See, look, right now, NASA and SpaceX and all the people who are venturing into space, they know what kind of mindsets thrive in space. We know that. That's new technology coming from the space race on. We know what kind of mindsets. But we also know what kind of mindsets, what kind of belief systems, values, and principles that those mindsets that take people to space are built on. We're not building the foundation for any of those mindsets for any of the new generation to have. So we have to go back to an older mindset. The ones that discovered this country, the ones who founded this country, the people who came from England, who were willing to go out into the wilderness and build a life for themselves and brave the wiles of nature and of hostile Indians and even hostile white people. We know what kind of mentality that is. And we need to go back to that. We need to be a results-driven society. And we're no longer that. We are an intention society. As long as they have good intentions, it doesn't matter the results that they put. And that has created disasters in our society today. We need people who believe in results, the intended results, and know how to produce the results. And we need to go back to the ideas in the founding. We need to go back to Judeo-Christian ethics, because that technology is the best technology. The technology built, the mindset built, the immaterial technology built back at the founding of this country is still the best technology for creating the most powerful mindsets to do difficult things in our life. It is true. The new mindsets have not helped in that regard. They have actually sabotaged in that regard. So we are right on the verge of a space race where there's a generation that is functionally useless and we can't use them. So it is incumbent on us as Americans and as humans that we start to create resilient minds. And that goes back to personal responsibility, which are the major themes of the Constitution and Judeo-Christian ethics. Personal responsibility, freedom, and freedom. And that's why I am still a futurist, and I am still a constitutionist and one who follows the teachings of Jesus Christ, because they are not only relevant, they are what need to be taught to create more powerful intellects and identity to compete in this new futuristic economy. Because these new ideas coming from colleges are destroying the youth, destroying the young minds of America. But luckily, there's still some who believe in these traditional beliefs that the future space capitalism will depend upon. And will depend upon you as you raise your own children. That you raise them not to be easily offended, but to be someone who can take a look at that storm and say, give me your best shot. We're not producing those people right now. And we're barely starting to turn back to what works. I mean, if I told you, I have this new theory of relativity, it is so great, and you should believe it because it's new. And you'll say, well, does it work with the math? Does it work does it accompany other models that we know are true? I said, no, you should just believe it because it's true. Because I thought of it in college and it's awesome. You're like, no, I'm not going to do that. Einstein still got the best way to do it. Sorry. I'm not going to believe it because it's new. I'm only going to believe it because it's true. So this is the very first Future Republic segment in the James Salazar Media channel on YouTube. Expect great things from it. I expect to talk about very interesting excuse me, I ate some Chinese food. Very interesting things from it. And I hope this will be a place where you get informed about what's going on in space, what's going on in future technologies, and maybe some reviews, some awesome new technologies that you can actually use today and buy like on Amazon or something. So this is me signing out of the Future Republic. Have a good one, everyone.